Hey guys, what is up? Ncaa 31 here, bringing you a game of Madden 15. And usually I would be switching over to the PS3 and firing up some APF 2K8 with my Notre Dame Fighting Irish team, or Ncaa 14 if I was still playing it, but I'm just not in the mood to switch out consoles. So I'm just gonna fire up an old game, an old online ranked game of um, Madden 15 to talk about college football's championship Saturday. And I do my commentary as I am watching Alabama, Missouri, and the game on the verge of blowout status. Mizzou just looks overmatched, and there really hasn't been much in the way of compelling football as Oregon ran Arizona off the field last night, and TCU ran Iowa State off the field as well. So hopefully that'll change as far as this evening, as we have K-State, Baylor, FSU, G-Tech, and Wisconsin, Ohio State more or less going on at the same time. Well, unless you really, really care about Oklahoma, Oklahoma State, but even that game is, not that great. Oklahoma's up against Oklahoma State 28-14. Alabama has just made it 21-3. Amari Cooper has 10 catches already. Amari Cooper's really good. Mariotta's going to win the Heisman, but I think Amari Cooper's the best player. I mean, he is exceptional. He's really, really good. So Mizzou is really up against it now. They lost their best pass rusher on a dodgy targeting foul, and they're going to have a tough time. The odds of this being a competitive game into the fourth quarter are looking pretty bleak. So this game looks done. They can't block them. They can't cover them. They can't tackle them. It's not looking good. So I'm looking forward to watching the newly extended Paul Johnson and the number 11 Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets against FSU. And here's how I think that game's going to play out. I think it's going to play out like every game that FSU has played this season has played out. What body of work has FSU given us to make us think it's not going to play out any other way? Everyone moves the ball against FSU. Georgia Tech moves the ball against everyone. Winston makes 5,000 mistakes in the game, yet no one has been able to close the deal and to get FSU out of there. I think this game's going to be problematic in a couple of ways for FSU. If they fool around and get behind 14, 17-3, they're going to have a hard time getting the ball back enough times. When Georgia Tech loses, it's because they don't lose because their offense fails them. That offense always works, and it's annoying. People don't like playing against it. You're being cut blocked every play, and you're forced to play basically perfect assignment football every single snap, or someone's running 30 yards to your secondary. It's not fun. It's a beautiful offense to watch, but it's not a fun offense to play against. G-Tech is going to do what they always do. If that game isn't a toss-up game going into the fourth quarter, I'll be very surprised. I think Baylor, K-State could be a blowout. I love you, Bill Snyder, but I don't know. I mean, this is a Bill Snyder type of game where he can get his guys to rise to the occasion, flying under the radar as always. But I don't think they have the horses to get it done this year. I think they've been pretty much been playing with smoke and mirrors all season long. It's a testament to Snyder's brilliance as a head coach. I just think they're not going to have the horses to keep up. I was actually kind of surprised that K-State is as high as 9th. That surprised me. I just think it's hilarious that we could have potentially, if something were to happen to FSU, 2 Big 12 teams in the playoff. That would be humorous to see. But that would be dependent on the playoff committee, if something were to happen to FSU, jumping Baylor over Ohio State, which I think has absolutely no chance of happening. If Ohio State wins, Baylor wins, and FSU loses, Ohio State's getting that spot. They're going to put Herb in the Final Four, and they're going to get that Ohio State TV market and fan base in the stadium and in front of the TV sets. Period. End of discussion. And I'm still going to go with Ohio State to win the game. I just don't like Wisconsin in big games. Never have. Never will. Could Melvin Gordon go off for 250-plus yards of rushing as Ohio State's offense just craps the bed of the third-string quarterback? Absolutely. But I just trust Herb. And I'm going to go roll with the Ohio State Buckeyes for that one. So as this video comes to close to its end, let's talk about what in the world happened to my Notre Dame Fighting Irish that were one time sitting pretty and have since crashed and burned. Several factors contributed to that, in my opinion. One, Everett Golson just completely imploded and crapped the bed. I've come to accept what Everett Golson is. He's the kind of quarterback that's going to give the defense a chance to make 3 or 4 plays a game, and you just pray that the defense doesn't cash in on all of them. And when they do, you get what happened against Arizona State. And then when Joe Schmidt went down, it just started a domino effect. Sheldon Day got injured. Then Jaron Jones got injured. And all of a sudden you're playing 2 true freshmen at linebacker and starting true freshmen along your defensive line. They're forced to the fire and they're just not ready, and everything just kind of snowballs, and not only are you turning the ball over in droves, now you can't stop anybody because you have kids in the field who aren't ready to play. So there you go. So what started out as what could have been a promising season just completely fell apart. So that's my take on college football championship Saturday. That's my take on my Notre Dame Fighting Irish. And this game has come to a close as my opponent has ejected. So hope you guys enjoy the games. Talk to you all later. Peace.